I'm sick of the rap race, the music's my go-to. This game is getting old, so I call the code.
My name is Syllable. I'm a local MC. I'm a UT student. I'm an activist. I'm a survivor of adversity. I've come a long way from living in a cardboard box to being accepted into the University of Texas. A lot of things that I've learned along the ways, and I'm not going to act like I'm any better or worse than anyone else, but this is me in my life.
I've been solo since I was 16 from my parents. The sense I got reminded me of my appearance.
When I'm spitting lyrics and spitting hip-hop, it's more than just music. It's a way of life. It's a culture. And it's a culture that I'm now part of. And it was a long journey to get to this point. And it took a lot of hard knocks. That was the only real school I ever graduated from. So.
Talking, sir, about being old. When you were walking, I concur. But at least I read Who to Kill a Mockingbird. So at least I got some reference to concur. I read a few bit of literature to consider it. Sometimes I was reading Tolstoy, talk about peace and war like an old boy. Sometimes I was reading Brothers Karamazov, but the motherfuckers know when it's a pepper thing I love to read the different literature from Franz Kafka. Metamorphosis.
I don't know where I'd be without hip-hop. And definitely the cipher is part of what's helped me grow as a person and as an artist. Because hip-hop can be a vehicle for personal growth as well as a medium for social justice. It took a lot to get me as into hip-hop as I am into it now. And a lot of it had to do with the fact that I did not come from an easy background. I grew up on the streets. I went from a cardboard box to going to the University of Texas. I've had many different walks of life in my life, different ways of being and understanding. And one of my memories that I think is kind of ironic is that when I was 16, I was living in a cardboard box, literally, in an alleyway behind a hole in the wall at 26th Street in Guadalupe, across the street from a university I later would become admitted to, which I always thought was funny because no one else knew. When they see me walking at UT, through the courtyards, through the different places, the shaded areas, beautiful foliage, the lattice work of shadows that drop upon the canopy, it's always something that I find humorous, that no one else understands. When they see me, they see another UT student, case in point. When I see them, I see other people that have been probably raised with a higher social economic class than I was. And I look across the street and I see a hole in the wall and remember I was there. It all comes down to hip-hop though. I wouldn't have been able to survive the adversities that I've been through if I didn't have a medium to express the feelings that adversity had made me feel. We can't always control everything we feel. I think there is a large degree that is under our control. If we make that free will decision to say, hey, I don't have to respond to the knee-jerk reactions that are happening right now. I could have just said, poor me, you know. I came from a bad background, never had the advantages of having a lot of money or supportive parents or anything like that. But instead, I'd rather use those experiences to, you know, culture the music that I do with maybe a little bit of reality, a slice of life, something different.
I'm in a bicycle and I'm questioning them like Socrates. Why the Capitol looking like the French Versailles? Think of this when you battle me for eating freedom fries. Before cops reach the gun to make it.
I wouldn't even get into UT if it wasn't for hip-hop itself. But regardless, I'm still poor. Even if I go to UT, I managed to get a long way from where I came from, and I accomplished something really great, I think, in my eyes, being able to go from the streets to go to UT. But I'm still below the poverty line. I still don't have a car. I still have to ride the bus a lot. And riding the bus, the first thing that it reminds me of is that, yeah, I can't afford a car. I spend a lot of time at bus stops, and it takes a damn long time to get anywhere having to ride the bus. So, I capitalize on the time I spend at the bus stops by playing beats, some of which I've made, some of which from producers like Primo, And I
The
practice
lead
my
roles
song.
of Project Glow, tipping dominoes. The ones who climb on Everest but never tell you. It's enough for them to know they did it, not sell the news. It's called having confidence, not floss and nonsense.
Getting my lyrics down, my muscle memory down at the bus stop. So that's a great benefit, or a way of turning maybe a situation that wouldn't be beneficial into one that is. But it's not always beneficial having to ride the bus. When I was 15 years old in 1998, in March, around the 23rd of the month, I was getting off the bus called the 32 Airport, which is now the 350 at Airport in Balm. For some reason, I apparently just didn't see the guy. I stepped out on foot in front of a Chevrolet truck going 30 miles an hour. Rolled over the front of the hood, head went through the windshield, driver slammed on the brakes, threw me 25 feet in the air. According to witnesses at the Conoco station, a little gas station in the corner, saw the whole thing. I flew like Superman, they said, and almost hit the telephone wires. I flatlined in the hospital. They said I wouldn't come back. Coma for 3.5 weeks. Finally woke up from it. Was in a wheelchair. Said I'd never walk again. Said fuck you to the doctors. Dragged myself from my hospital bed to the doorknob 100 times every night until I could walk again. And I can. More than anything, I have a lot of hope for the future. I've come from nothing, built my life up to a pretty solid future. For one reason or another, I think hip-hop is a way to bring people together.
Fast, like as fast as the weed I sip and I'm bubbling, stumbling, get mumbling, get up. I'm crumbling, get like it's a piece of paper that's what's up. I'm slap bucking more than Jordan or Brian. Other motherfuckers are like Daniel Linus, I'm defying. I come down eating like a lion, like a tiger. Wood, knock on it now.
But as long as I can still get on a stage and move people and feel like I'm making a difference in other people's lives through music, I feel job well done. I've succeeded. But I think what I've learned and what hip-hop has taught me through the culture of life that I've lived with it is that success is not about what you get. It's about who you become in the process.